Every team, every topic, everywhere. This is Believe.
Bombas makes the most comfortable socks, underwear, and T-shirts.
Warning, Bombas are so absurdly comfortable you may throw out all your other clothes.
Sorry, do we legally have to say that?
No, this is just how I talk, and I really love my Bombas.
They do feel that good. And they do good, too. One item purchased equals one item donated.
To feel good and do good, go to bombas.com and use code AUDIO for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com and use code AUDIO at checkout.
First, Kristaps, welcome to Atlanta. You talk about coming from a championship culture in Boston, winning ways and knowing how to do things. When it comes to what you're bringing to this city and this team, what is it that you really want to kind of get these guys to understand? With them being as young as they are, you bring the championship experience. What is it that you really want to kind of get them to understand as the season progresses?
Thank you. Honestly, it's supposed to be this way or this way? I'm good. Oof, it's right in my ear. Okay. No, honestly, it's important to like go step by step. You know, like one, I don't know, possession at a time, one quarter at a time, one game at a time. You know, I know it's like cliche to say this, but it's true. You know, that's how we won in Boston, and it's just one day at a time. You know, and of course we want to have the highest goals here. But it's going to be a big process. Also, me coming into this team to learn all these guys, to get in a groove with this team. But I look forward to it. I think we have a great opportunity in front of us, and we're just going to have to take it one day at a time.
Coach has talked a lot about this being the third youngest team in the league. When you're working with a young team, just how do you hope to impart whatever knowledge it is that you have that can help elevate them to something better?
Yeah, definitely. I will see what I can bring. You know, it's hard to say it right now, but I look forward to like enhancing all these guys. You know, and being a selfless teammate. I want the best for these young players, and you know they've been improving with each season. You know, it's an exciting team to play for Coach Quinn. It's I've appreciated him from afar for a long time, and now to play for him, it's a great honor for me, and I look forward to enhancing all these young guys. You know, to help them in whichever way I can, and for me, it's exciting.
So, what were your initial, first, where were you when you first found out that you were coming to Atlanta, and what were your initial thoughts?
Yeah, I was in Europe. I was asleep. You know, I was asleep. I woke up in the morning and I saw my phone was blowing up. So I had a feeling it was going to happen around that time. So I was like, okay, like it could be any morning that I wake up, and it happened. And yeah, I saw like all the group chats, everything going crazy, and I didn't know what it was because I had like different teams in mind. And when I saw it was Atlanta, I'm not gonna lie, I was very happy, very, very happy. Without like, selling you anything, like this is true. I was very happy, very excited, and yeah, great city, great young team, and to play alongside these guys, Trey, the best passer in the league, it can be something special. So once I heard the news, I was super happy.
KP, speaking on playing alongside some of these guys, when you look at a guy like Trae Young, who has been such an amazing facilitator throughout his years here, and then playing in Coach Quinn's system this season, how do you feel like not only Coach Quinn's system will strengthen your game, but what are some strengths you feel like you can bring out of Trae Young as well?
It's going to be a process. Trey is already a complete player. There's not many guys that have that kind of offensive talent like he does. With his height, to be able to be this effective and to create so many, not only assists, but I think he's the best in the league at creating like potential assists, And it's just going to be a matter of us also shooting at a high percentage from his passes, That's going to be a part of it to make him, look even better than he has. So, yeah, I think he's going to be super fun to play with him, honestly. Seeing how many lobs he throws and how he finds some passes that a regular eye don't even see, it's going to be exciting.
Hey, Kristaps, welcome to Atlanta, and quick two-part question for you. Have you been able to familiarize yourself with the city so far? And as we go to training camp, were you able to work out with any of your new teammates beforehand?
Oof, I flew in this morning. I just got here, yeah. So I just met all the guys also right before. So yeah, it took me a while to get here, and it was a tough couple of days with flights and stuff. But I'm here now and ready to get to know everybody and ready to get to practice tomorrow.
Kristaps, last season in Boston, you had to battle through some injuries and missed a pretty big stretch of games. How do you feel physically now, and what steps have you taken to make sure you're ready for a full season here in Atlanta?
Yes, I had especially that illness, at the end of the playoff. This is what messed me up, honestly. So it was good for me to have a Eurobasket this summer, just to get back in shape, get in a good rhythm, and that was an important part for me, and just to have a couple of months of preparation and getting my lungs good again and everything was super important, and I look forward to heading into this season already in a rhythm, already in good shape, and I feel fantastic right now. So
Hey Kristaps, you're now on your fifth team, so just curious, what's been the biggest lesson you've learned in all your stops?
The biggest lesson I've learned. I don't know if it's a lesson, but it takes a whole team, like nobody can do it by themselves, It sounds simple, but it's true. Like even in Boston, like we had to do it together, everybody had to lean on each other. Somebody has a bad game, somebody else has to step up, and it's like this. Every great team have, people that are ready to step up when the moment calls. And I think this team has the talent. A lot of young guys, hungry young guys. Trey, who already have good experience, and now myself coming into this young group, I think I could just elevate all these guys and bring even more like gunpowder to this team.
Along those same lines, when you look at this team from afar, how far did you think? How close do you think they were to winning an Eastern Conference championship or even beyond? And now that you've seen how this team has developed, how far away do you think that they are?
I don't want to put any we can get this far. We want to have super high expectations for ourselves internally. We want to take it step by step. It's gonna take a little bit of time for us to gel, for these guys to get to know me, to get to know my game, and be the same for these guys. I need to find a rhythm with all these players. I think I'll be super quick to adapt to the system, but still, it takes a little bit of time, just to know every little detail. It takes time. So I think as the year goes on, we're only going to look better and better. This is my expectation, and then we'll see how far we can get. Obviously we expect a lot from ourselves, and we have to go for it.
Hi, Kristaps, to your left. You mentioned the illness earlier, and I've heard some comments from you before where you expressed some kind of frustration about the mysterious nature of it. I'm just wondering, do you have more of a handle of what went wrong and how you can maybe prevent it in the future?
I don't know, honestly. I still don't have an exact answer. They had some sort of explanation for it, but it was lingering. That was the toughest part. It was kind of like. I still felt it. Some days I was okay, energy was good, and some days, boom, I had a crash, and I'm glad it's gone now. I haven't experienced it. I don't know, maybe it was just my system needed some reset during the summer, took some time off, and I haven't felt it since, and yeah, even with the national team, I felt fantastic in all the preparation, and it did take me a little bit longer to get in good shape with the national team, so I was really happy I had this summer. But now that I got in shape and I played the tournament, I felt confident again, oh, okay, I have the gas tank again. I feel really good again, and I didn't have any crashes or nothing. So, yeah, I'm excited that I'm coming into this season healthy.
Kristaps, back. I think in the past, Atlanta's really been known for their offensive energy or their offensive pace, and that's kind of been their identity, especially with Trey at the helm. But with the addition of you Nikhil, Dyson, and even having Jalen on the team already, how much do you think a defensive identity can be established for this team? Coach Snyder obviously talked about being balanced, and I think that'll be important, but just your thoughts on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, no, even just to have a guy like Dyson on your team, it's a big part of our defense. It's going to be a big part of my rim protection. I'm going to try to bring that to my highest level here and protect the rim. And we have the athleticism. A lot of these guys are super athletic, strong. Have a good instinct for steals, for deflections, and that's also have to be there. But as Coach said, we have to have a balance. We're probably not gonna become a crazy defensive team now, but we have the capability to be decent or good. And the offense, I love the offense here, so have to keep going this way for sure.
Hey, Kristaps, it's good to hear you're healthy, especially because the Hawks run a lot. Last year, third in pace. Quinn mentioned that as a point of emphasis for this season as well. Past 2 seasons in Boston, they've been slower paced teams, very grind out in the half court. Watching you in your investment, you're sealing early in transition, trail threes. Where do you see your game fitting in terms of more of a fast paced offense in this Hawks roster?
Honestly, I think it's going to be pretty simple. That's kind of what we were trying to emphasize in Boston also a bit more. Sometimes we slow down, but we were the best when we were faster. The more we ran, the more we created stuff in transition. At least from a field standpoint, and I think also numbers-wise, we were just better. So it has to be an emphasis, and I think I'm just going to add to that. Honestly, I like to do that. I like to create transition mismatch, or even if it's not a mismatch, just creating, drawing some fouls sometimes in the post. I'm pretty good at getting those calls, shooting my transition threes and stuff. So there's gonna be I think new dimensions that I can unlock for this team.
Kristaps, similar about a question from Boston, coming from an offense predicated on a heavy three-point emphasis. Quinn Snyder is the same way. So how do you feel more prepared coming from an offense that places an importance on the three-point shot to now being in a similar situation?
Yeah, I don't think that's a big transition. No, shooting threes is shooting threes, especially when you have a guy like Trey who's going to create the threes. And a lot of these guys can create advantages, but especially Trey, he's going to create those open looks. So we just have to knock them down, and that's going to be our job to shoot high percentages. I had my best shooting year last year from 3, so I look forward to shooting around that, if not even better.
KP, in the most respectful ways to the 6'8", 6'9", 6'10" centers of today. It's been a little while since the Atlanta Hawks have been able to have a legit 7-footer all-star type caliber player. We always talk about how small ball type of play or positionless play has impacted the center position in a negative way. How has it impacted you specifically during your career in positive way?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's my game, the ability to shoot from outside. I've always had that, but I think what makes me different is that I developed my post game, especially against mismatches, and becoming one of the most efficient players in the league in that, and then then you can't just switch everything, because now there's a mismatch, obviously, and having that part of my game really improve. I think last 3 seasons I've been top 3 all the time in post up points per possession, and most of them are against mismatches, obviously, So, but that's a part that I look forward to bringing to this team, and creating some disadvantages for the other team.
Thank you, KP. Yeah, thanks, KP. Thanks, guys.